Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren, and for today's video we are going to be talking about me getting diagnosed with depression and just what that means for me. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna get right into it. So actually, I don't really like using the word diagnosed because I'm not exactly sure if you have to literally go to your doctor, but I can't think of another word to use. But pretty much I went to my therapy session this morning and I told my therapist about just how overall I've just been feeling really down. I didn't like using depressed because I didn't know, but just really down, and it's gotten really bad recently, and it's just difficult. I mean, a lot of people, have depression, so it's not that weird or uncommon. But yeah, I always kind of figured, not really figured, but I always kind of wondered, maybe, but I never really knew, and I hated throwing the word depressed out there because there are a lot of people that are seriously depressed, and they have been literally diagnosed with it, and I just didn't want to put it out there if I didn't know. But yes, I actually did this little test thing with my therapist this morning, and I have mild depression. It definitely clears things up as to why I feel like this. It definitely sucks, and I don't really know what to do about it except trying my hardest to, find distractions. And I don't really like using distractions as a word either, because you don't really want to literally distract yourself, because I don't think that's that good. But yeah, sometimes distracting yourself, hanging out with friends, family, maybe boyfriend if you have one. And I know, at least for me, I am an introverted extrovert, so I love to spend time alone, but I get my energy from being around people and hanging out with people and just spending time with people, which with depression, that is very hard for me because I am never motivated to get myself out of bed, and it sucks because I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do about me not being motivated to get up, because it's a different feeling than lazy. You know when you're lazy, you're like, wow, I'm being lazy and I don't want to get up. But this is different because you want to get up, you want to go somewhere, you want to hang out with someone, but you can't. You just physically, you can't get yourself to get up and do it. And they'll just be, it's weird because there'll be random moments where my motivation will kind of seep through, and I'll which is rare, and I'll be like, oh yes, I'm gonna get up. And actually last night was actually the first time I actually was in a really good mood. I'm laughing because I feel like this is a little embarrassing, but I was in such a good mood after telling off this guy that was fussing at me and cussing at me for no reason, and we aren't even dating or talking or anything, and I was sick of being talked at like that. And I think I kind of put up with it because I don't like that I do this, but I tend to look for relationships. I know I don't need one, but I feel like I do, and so I tend to look for relationships. And I just was so over letting someone talk to me like that just because I wanted or felt like I needed some relationship. And even though we weren't in a relationship and I didn't want to talk to him, it was still me kind of drawn to it a little bit. Which actually, I'm gonna like branch off a little bit. I feel like that is also because, which I learned from my therapist too, my love language is physical touch. I don't know if you guys know anything about the love languages, but actually there is a test, like a test somewhere online. I actually took it after I even found out from my therapist that that was my love language. I took it to see, you know, how accurate it is, since I was already told that my love language is physical touch, and actually it got it pretty good. Like, it'll list them in order from what yours are. Mine was physical touch, quality time, like assuring words, and then the last one was giving gifts, and it was 0 because, like, I do not need gifts to know I'm loved. But yeah, so pretty much that means that the way I feel loved is by physical touch. That doesn't necessarily mean sexual. It just means I feel loved when someone, you know, gives me hugs, or, you know, reassures me by rubbing my back, like, just any kind of touch, holding hands, you know. So yeah, it definitely makes things hard. Anyways, back to my story. Yes, I was so sick of just letting guys, you know, treat me like crap. Like, I was just done with it. So it started because I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I told him off. I was like, we are not dating. We are not talking. I even told you this from the beginning. We are not dating or talking. I just want to chill out because I'm sick of jumping from guy to guy, feeling like I need a relationship. And he completely understood from the beginning, so I figured, okay, everything's cool. But he went the extra mile and like said something about how one of my exes commented, you know, hard eyes on a photo or whatever, something stupid. And he just started cussing at me and saying, oh, I thought you weren't talking to him. I thought he was this. I thought he said he was that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this is ridiculous. You know, you have no room to say anything. And even if I am talking to that guy again, which I'm actually not sure, let's not get on that, like, that's none of your business. And so, you know what, I was finally like, I'm not just gonna take this. So I, like, went off on him. I told him what was up. And, you know, when I say I went off, I don't mean, like, I cussed him out. I mean, like, I told him what was up. I was like, you know what, you have no, like, space to tell me this and to cuss at me and to, like, just be that way. And after that, I felt so good about myself. I was like, wow, I stood up for myself. You know, I don't do that, which is actually really bad, but I'm not really the type of person to do that. I just kind of am too nice to say anything. I just kind of sit there like, didn't really deserve that, but it's fine. I'm not going to say anything. No, I'm not doing that crap anymore. So yeah, I told him off, and then after that, just finally doing that, I was like, wow, I feel so good. And so then I just kind of started listening to music, which, yeah, on Spotify, my top 2018 playlist, it's great. So I put that on, and I started, this is actually the embarrassing part, I started dancing around my room. I was so happy, which that used to be what I did all the time. I had, like, a dance party and listen to music. Like, I loved it, but I haven't done it, I would say, either 6 months or a year. I haven't done it in that long. Like, that's how long it's been since I've, like, been even decently happy to be able to, like, have a jam. Okay, excuse me. That was ugly. Oh, so I actually went to Starbucks. I got the iced peppermint mocha, which actually I'm not a big fan of. It's not that good, but it's fine. It's with coconut milk, and it has whipped cream and chocolate curls, which actually I do not see the chocolate curls. So thanks, Starbucks. Anyways, but it wasn't very cold when I got it. Like, what? Iced? What? But now it's better. It's cold. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So yeah, it just felt so good. And then I messaged, my guy friend, and I was like, you know what? Let's go for a ride, because I love to ride around and just see the lights and look at nature. I love it. And he's been asking me for a while, trying to help me out, because he knew how like depressed I've been. And he's like, come on, let's go get out. Let's go ride around. Let's hang out. And I just had not been motivated to like get up and get myself to go out and ride around and hang out. So finally last night I did, and actually it was pretty fun. We drove around and I had a good time. I came back home and I got a good night's sleep, and I'm still feeling pretty good, especially after my therapy this morning. Although I got, of course, the sad news that I actually do have depression. So it really does suck. And there are, like, during this video it may seem like, she does not have depression. I'm not saying it's a fake smile right now, because I am in a pretty good mood, but most of the time it will be a fake smile. With depression, I don't actually know if it really goes away, but I don't think so. I really don't think it ever goes away. You just kind of cope with it, and you learn to live with it, as bad as that sounds. And I don't know, what the future holds, but for now, I don't really think that it's good for me. Oh, excuse me. It's good for me to try and go on medication for it, because as bad as it actually was the past month, it never really got me to a place to where I wanted to, hurt myself or die. Like, I know it can be that bad for other people, and it's terrible. Like, I'm not gonna cry, and I've actually had it that way before, middle school years, but yeah, it has not been that bad, and I don't want to medicate, at least not at this point, because I'm the type of person, at least recently, I've really wanted to try and go more natural. Like, I'm actually, this may be TMI, and it's definitely not on topic, but I'm actually not going to take birth control anymore for many, many reasons. I will still be protected. Anyways, moving on. But yeah, it's not good for my body, and I've actually heard, it does mess with your mood and emotions, and plus I normally forget to take it anyways. Going on day 3. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, that was that video. I'm sorry if I rambled a lot. I just kind of felt like talking about it. But yeah, it was really nice talking to you guys, and thank you for your support. And yeah, I love you guys. Please stay tuned for my next video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and click the bell to get notified when I post again. Thanks, guys.